I don't know if I test it. We put on there. Here. Yeah, look better now, don't mm-hmm. Naughty, good night. How are you? We said we just finished. Yes, sir. Bundy. Yeah, you like the atu? You look good. You know, so I forgot flash them style a little bit more. Here with hot pan it. Don't look bad at all. Oh my hot come take out the green. The green can't come out, man. The green can't come out. Green and Jamaica color. Good night, Percival. No, man. I think them for make them top use the color green. Because in our flag. Anyway, I put on my TikTok, you know. So now that we have a clear understanding, then make my... Oh, yeah, if I follow that, you know, weird. I have one dress, and a green, you know, one of them dark color one. I'm going to put on over there. My brother said me, say, you are wear green? Joanne, good night. You can't come out. So, they act nice, though. They act nice. Hi, Claudette, good night. Sweet peas. They make it eat green. Odine, good night. I'm good. I'm doing good. A nice art, yeah. Hi, Lincoln, yeah, thank you. I like it. It's a little different. It's unique, you know. I love it. Yeah, as I come on in, just eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. All right, so I get a little better understanding, even though I'm here, of what the little speech. Hold on, let me see what I'm going here. From Flavor Williams. Oh God, in regards to the new taxes, you know, so every time as I come down, you know, so I could have want to sleep a little bit more, I sit down for 2 hours tonight. Too much of one thing good for nothing.
Hi, I'm your AI digital girlfriend who's always here for
I'm
you.
going to take off that
Step
fufu
into
sitting there for me.
The member from Northwest Manchester, again, some of the questions are outside the scope, but very good questions, right?
No, wrong one.
The issue of Hall Road was...
Wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one. Let me think me save it, you know.
Build bridges or burn them. Let's choose peace.
We want to know ear because we have a reason for it
our
tonight.
action and our hearts. Peace begin.
Ministry of Justice and their dedication. You made a point at the House Committee that currently under the 20% duty concession framework, public officials in eligible posts is the tabling of the estimates of expenditure and the associated documents.
All right. I Betty, good night.
Thank you. Announcements? Statement by ministers, announcements.
Laid on the table of the House are the following. Estimates of expenditure 2026-2027 for the financial year ending 31st of March 2027 and dated February 12, 2026. Jamaica Public Bodies estimates of revenue and expenditure for the year ending March 2027 dated February 2026. Jamaica Mortgage Bank estimates of revenue and expenditure for the year ending
of finance.
Madam Speaker, I now move for the suspension of the standing orders to enable me to take the motion, notice of which I gave earlier. Members, the question is that the standing orders be suspended to enable the minister to take the motion, notice of which she gave earlier. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it, Minister. Madam Speaker, as this is the first time
listen, I'm not going to hear Julian.
Along with the other documents today that relate to our budget. I ask that I provide a context for the estimates and associated revenue measures that will be referred to the Standing Finance Committee.
And because they know nothing else to take away from the budget too. They have to commit.
Madam Speaker, just allow me, Madam Speaker, to acknowledge my husband and one of our daughters sitting in Our daughter is visiting from cold Chicago and wanted to see her mother in Parliament. Thank you, daughter. I feel very special. Madam Speaker,
you come with your nonsense now.
You will recall that the Independent Fiscal Commission estimated that
Diese Sportschuhe hat meine Schwester ungefähr schon seit 2 Jahren getragen. Und
a budget deficit of 5.3% over the period fiscal year 2025 to 26. I'm sorry, fiscal year 2025-26 to fiscal year 2029-30 is well above the legislative threshold of 1.5%. This allowed us to trigger suspension of the fiscal rules. I took the order to suspend the fiscal rules to Parliament for Parliament's approval to permit the fiscal rules to be temporarily suspended. Madam Speaker, the Independent Fiscal Commission, which started on January 1, 2025, in their first report, the Independent Fiscal Commissioner raised a red flag that successive governments have failed to table the revenue measures along with the budget documents, despite it
Where's
being a
you couldn't watch your mother
requirement
tell?
as per the FAA Act.
For a puppy
Madam
show.
Speaker, in the interest of full disclosure, and more importantly, in compliance with our very own law that was passed in this Parliament, and to enable the Independent Fiscal Commissioner to have full visibility into the budget figures in order to do the assessment as to whether the budget is credible or not.
And I wonder if our daughter
we
could have tell her
are laying
to
the
dress a little
revenue
better yesterday
measures
too.
today, as well as the first. Madam Speaker, this government has had the longest number of years of no new taxes in the history.
All right, listen what she said, because Juliana got answer back.
Of independent
I'm not
Jamaica.
taking money then for
Madam Speaker,
all over the world for
only
paddy.
a Category 5 hurricane with winds of 185
Stop blame
miles per
Melissa.
hour
Stop blame
could
Melissa.
have interrupted
Wall on just
that.
take Melissa for blame now.
Madam Speaker, our adherence to fiscal prudence, putting aside some of our budget for a rainy day, finding financial instruments that would provide ready cash in the event
Then
our
tax
rainy
it
day
poor,
buffer
yeah,
was not
yeah.
enough, were some of the wise decisions we made as a government. And
I poor people
how
then, 'cause all
those
our them
wise
tax and the poor
decisions
people
have
buy the
helped
most.
us to quickly respond to bring relief to many left homeless by Hurricane Melissa.
I'll know me then deliver one house yet, you know.
Speaker, I now turn to the revenue measures to explain what they are and to just briefly continue to give a context. So this Honorable House, yes. Okay,
Should never prepare for the Parliament, you know.
This Honorable House is being requested to take note of the following revenue measures
Listen to that.
for implementation in fiscal year 2026, 2027, and fiscal year 2027, 2028. The passage and impact of Hurricane Melissa has materially altered the government's fiscal environment. The hurricane resulted in unprecedented damage to critical infrastructure, productive sectors, and public assets, placing severe pressure on public finances and reconstruction expenditure, which is expected to extend across the medium term. Against this background, Madam Speaker, expenditure containment and administrative improvements cannot close the emerging fiscal gap. It is therefore imperative that targeted revenue measures to strengthen revenue performance, safeguard fiscal sustainability, and ensure the government's continued ability to deliver essential public services are introduced. The proposed fiscal revenue measures target some areas that are currently undertaxed, such as digital services. Additionally, given Jamaica's commitment to environmental preservation, it is proposed that the Environmental Protection Levy revenues be increased to support the government's recovery efforts.
Trending in metal
You
crafts.
say everything them blame Melissa.
Alibaba.com.
Everything on
World-leading
Melissa them blame.
e-commerce marketplace.
The revenue enhancement also includes
But you gotta
a
listen,
tax
listen man,
on
and listen.
sweetened beverages,
Juliana
which are
got answer
generally
back.
perceived
What you do?
as a threat to healthy lifestyle.
But me have to make her hear what she said when
So
Juliana
I'll begin with
replied.
the application of general consumption tax, GCT, on digital services and intangibles. The Honorable House
Then
is asked
collect.
to
We have a
note
so here, Julian have an answer,
intention to
man.
apply GCT to digital services and intangibles supplied from abroad and consumed in Jamaica. This measure forms part of ongoing efforts to modernize the tax system and provide fairness in an increasingly digital economy. Digital services now form a growing share of everyday consumption.
That me not
by
understand now. I
Jamaican
want somebody
households and
explain how this
businesses.
digital thing
Many
ever
of
work.
these services are supplied by non-resident providers with no physical presence in Jamaica, resulting in inconsistent application of GCT under existing arrangement. The rapid growth in digital transactions
No
has
one know that ever
highlighted
work.
gaps in the current tax framework. Similarly, services may be subject to different tax treatment depending on whether they're applied locally or from overseas, placing our domestic businesses at a competitive disadvantage. In addition, the shift towards untaxed digital consumption contributes to revenue leakage and reduces the government's capacity to fund public services. The proposed reform is guided by the destination principle, an internationally accepted standard for consumption taxation. Under this principle, GCT applies where a service is consumed rather than where the supplier is located. In practical terms, this means that digital services consumed in Jamaica should be subject to GCT in the same way as locally supplied equivalent
So who
services.
the going to charge you
The
GCT to?
application
Me not
of
understand.
GCT on international digital services and intangibles is expected to have a positive revenue impact once fully implemented. The measure is expected to yield in the first
Hold on, let's pause it one
instance
minute.
starting
That part me not understand. So you say because me not understand it, me not even want to discuss anything. Because I was looking into it today and I said, oh, them are going to tax overseas digital thing. Alright, so what me want to know, is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube? Is it TikTok? Now, how that type of taxing would go? Are they going to tax the overseas people them in order for us to get the service in Jamaica or what? Me not understand. If anybody understand that better than I do, you can let me know because I don't really understand it. I don't understand the digital tax. I don't.
in the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2026-2027 because there's
So
an
you said, Judge, you need
implementation curve
a...
that we have to go up, and we're expecting
Oh,
$300
Netflix
million
and Amazon
in the
them.
first
Okay.
instance. But as it is fully implemented in the financial year 2027-2028, we would expect $4.2 billion.
Oh.
Revenue measure number 2 would be levying the special consumption tax on non-alcoholic sweetened beverages. This Honorable House, Madam Speaker, has been advised that SCT will be introduced under the General Consumption Tax Act on non-alcoholic sweetened beverages. For this measure, non-alcoholic sweetened beverages are defined as all non-alcoholic beverages containing added sugar or other caloric sweeteners, as well as beverages containing artificial or non-nutritive sweeteners, whether carbonated or non-carbonated, and whether manufactured locally or imported. The primary objective of this measure is not only revenue mobilization, it also supports broader public health objectives. Jamaica continues to experience elevated levels of obesity and diabetes, and sweetened beverages are
Alright, so this is the mad.
Alright,
Right there, so I not understand the madness of what she said. She's saying that they're putting the tax on the sugary beverage, right? To save them can reduce from people to buy them to diabetes and all of that. Then if you say you're putting a tax package And then you're going to say you're doing it for health reason. Or you're going to meet the package for people then to buy the thing. For you get the amount of money that you anticipate to make from the thing. Honestly saying that make no sense. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Them anticipate for raise 20 something billion from the new taxes, right? Yet you're saying the sugary stuff that are not tax. When not tax it, that's less people will buy the sugary stuff. Then you're gonna make the money, the amount of money where you want to make. It don't make no sense. Me don't know if you don't understand the message, but me I listen to her message, but after that no make no sense. That no make no sense. Either it don't make no sense to me, or either me no understand or she no have none. Me no understand, but me know say me I listen it and it don't make no sense to me. It can't add up.
Source of extra sugar consumption. Any reduction in consumption resulting from the price adjustment would represent a positive supplementary outcome.
I bless child.
Madam Speaker, this Honourable House is being advised that sweetened beverages are widely consumed across income groups and represent a high volume, consistently traded category of goods. Data
That's why I
from
want to
the
tax it.
2024 Economic and Social Survey of
Good night,
Jamaica
bless child.
indicate that domestic production of carbonated beverages increased from approximately
The marijuana?
17.3 million cases
Non-sugary.
in 2020.
If your keyboard still looks like this, well, it could be looking like one of these for free and just
To an
my
estimated
sugary drinks,
20.1 million cases in 2024, reflecting sustained demand. Sweetened beverages are currently subject only to the standard GCT rate of 15% and are not presently listed in the Act as prescribed
Hi, Janet.
for SCT purposes. The proposed
Good night,
SCT will be
sweetheart.
assessed on a per unit basis, calculated based on the total liquid
And the funniest thing
volume
when me drink sweet
of
something
each
nowadays, I eat
sweetened
nothing sweet, me
beverage,
just
measured
like me
in
sick.
milliliters. The Honourable House is further advised that the SCT will apply at the point of manufacture for
And the funny, you know what gonna be a
producers
problem? You see people that
and
are
at the
Jamaica
point
will
of
say, them are gonna tax
importation for
everything.
imported products in accordance
Everything
with
them
the
are
provisions
gonna
of the
raise.
GCT Act. This ensures, Madam Speaker, administrative efficiency and parity between local and imported goods. The SCT will be applied at a rate of 0.02, which is
A
2
good
cents
question you
per
ask, Judge.
milliliter. The estimated revenue gain associated with
And
levying
you
the
write it.
SCT
Anytime
on
somebody writes something, they read it
non-alcoholic
more
sweetened
fluently.
beverages
Because you start to
is
remember back where you're
estimated at $10.1 billion and will take effect during the first quarter of fiscal year 2026-2027. At this rate, just to break it down in terms of the estimated retail price impact, it would be as follows for these examples. So for 300 milliliters beverage, it would be $6. For a 600 milliliter beverage, it would be $12. And for a 2-liter beverage, it would be $40. Revenue measure number 3 would be an increase in the special consumption tax, SCT, on liters of pure alcohol. The Honourable House is being advised that the special consumption tax, SCT, on all alcoholic beverages will be increased from
King Charles,
$1,230
right
per
here.
liter of pure alcohol to $1,400 per liter of pure alcohol. The current rate
So I don't know we love
established
rum
on
and bomb.
March
Or no, now I
13,
can't soon buy enough of it.
2017, many,
Don't buy what
many
they want to
years
see and
ago,
waste it.
when the specific SCT increased from 1,120 to $1,230. The proposed increase is intended to preserve the real value of the tax and strengthen revenue mobilization. The Honourable House is reminded as well that alcoholic beverages are subject to both the SCT and the GCT.
So 2
The
tax per
GCT
one
is
item?
applied
Hold on the
an
flavor.
ad valorem basis.
Hold on. I know you have a flavor just say a while ago. So some item are still GCT plus the tax where them a put on it now. Is this some what I'm really I say? Does it make sense? Me not understand it.
Standard rate of 15% at the point of sale. The proposed measure does not alter the GCT, but
So it
only
not alter the
adjusts the
GCT.
specific
So plus
SCT
GCT.
component. The proposed increases will apply uniformly.
What kind of
to
madness
local
this? Why not just raise it back to 17% GCT right across the board?
Beverages,
This make no
ensuring
sense?
neutrality of treatment
Oh, no kind of, I
and
first me
maintaining
them a kind of madness
consistency
here.
within the existing SCT framework. The estimated revenue gain associated with increasing the SCT on this product, liter of pure alcohol, is estimated at $1.6 billion and will take effect the 1st of May 2026. The next is increase in the special consumption tax on cigarettes. The Honorable House is being further advised that the SCT on cigarettes will also be increased by $3 per stick, moving the effective
I'm
moving
Maureen.
the effective specific rate from $17 per stick to $20 per stick. The current specific rate was established following the March 13, 2017 adjustment many years ago, which increased the tax then by $3
Me not say
per
country,
stick.
hold on.
The Honorable House is advised that cigarette taxation remains a significant and reliable revenue source internationally. However, tax revenue performance is influenced not only by tax rates, but also by consumption patterns, enforcement effectiveness
Alright.
of public health.
I'm not saying, this is my take, right? The country can't run without tax, but the way in which them a do this tax business now, no make no sense. You can't say you raise something by $3, but you still have to pay the GCT plus the $3. Me not understand that the type of way of doing things. That's where I am perplexed. Why not just make the thing be one something across the board? Just raise the GCT threshold, the tax. Raise it then. Or they drop it to 15 something when the election, which we know are gimmicks. So not play with the country too much too. Or not play with the country, that's why everything run down. Because every year the budget chart, on have to find money for all about to plug the budget. Telling people about no new tax. They used to somehow labor right on a hypocrite. Hey, if hypocrite was a person, it would be honor. All of a sudden today, people, them all, well, the tax of run the country. Remember, on the same day that say I'm going to PNP tax country, and under they come out and campaign and say, not add no tax. So I want a cock mouth kill cock. So what not talk about our country have to run with tax? I never know that long time. That's why the place mashed down. Because no one pretends so no have to collect tax and a PNP alone collect tax. That's why the country mashed down. So now we come with a strategic movements. We talk about, we are raising the item and put on $3 per the item, but you still have to pay GCT tax on the same item. So what you're doing? It's doubling. And just no one come out and say, I raise it to 18%. That's what I want to know. And the India clap. And that me tell people them full of crap, you see, man. Let me finish listening. Why me a player now? Because Julian got answer and I want to know for hear what Julian respond is. I want to know by only hearing response. So that's why I really a waste time play she,
Policy, increasing taxes on cigarettes are internationally recognized tools to moderate harmful consumption and reduce long-term health costs. The proposed increases will apply uniformly to locally manufactured and imported cigarette products, again ensuring neutrality of treatment and maintaining consistency within the existing SCT framework. The estimated revenue gain associated with increasing the SCT on cigarettes is approximately $1.1 billion and will take effect 1st of May 2026.
Yeah, man, the India clap, man. It's sweet them for India clap.
Moderation of the 20%
So much money go down and
duty
drain in this
concession on
country.
motor vehicles
So much
for
money
public
unaccounted
officials.
for.
The Honorable House is asked to note that the current 20% duty concession on motor vehicles for public officials in certain positions reduces the duties payable when importing or purchasing vehicles. This concession was introduced to reduce the cost of vehicle ownership, support mobility, and assist certain public sector groups in an environment that no longer exists. It represents a significant reduction in government revenues. The Honorable House is asked to note that currently under the 20% duty concession framework, public officials in eligible posts are afforded preferential tax treatment on importation of motor vehicles. Within this framework, both the SCT and the GCT are fully waived, and the applicable customs duty is 20% of the vehicle's CIF value. Consequently, beneficiaries of the concession
so you have to go pay more for imported vehicle now
20%
too.
customs duty with no liability for SCT or GCT. The Honorable House is asked to note that it is proposed that the 20% duty concession on motor vehicles be amended. It is proposed that the 20% import duty remain payable, the GCT becomes payable, and the SCT exemption.
So, remember
Your stay for less.
remember says may I
Have
get what she
exclusive
say, right?
prices. Download the free Booking.com app today.
Hands up, put your hands up, wanna be like us. You go to the right, I'ma still go left. The bass go
Means the estimated.
Let me say if I get what she said good, because something not right. So, is it that we are going to pay 20% on imported vehicles plus the GCT? Because she read it, that's how it sounds. So I don't want to misinterpret what she's saying. But from you listening, what is it you're hearing from what she's saying? Type in the comments. I want to do a brag and boast on the government now for collect not new tax. So I should continue. I want to say, I go black when I think people are idiot. Country can't run without tax. Country can't run without tax. I don't know one they want to prove. And every year, we have to find money somewhere else for fund the budget. Take all the reserve money off of the airport fund budget. We have to pump money in to keep the dollar at a certain level for you to go out. The country broke. You need money. There's no point in proving that country not have to run with tax and we don't need tax. When you have to find the money from somewhere, we should have be there for some rainy day. Everything just a crap, right? At the same time, the country take out an insurance. We get the money, but in a use in our country, we don't get it for use. And the JPS get the money with badmanism in the parliament. These things are unacceptable. It is unacceptable. It can't be that we have badmanship around the country. And when me say I'm gonna apologize for nothing like that. And up till now, the grid, them not fixing up. I want Jamaica to know that the JPS grids are not fixed. They are using some like a power station, connecting 1,000 yes, 1,000 this, and all of that. Then they keep a press briefing, Darrell Vaz tell this country, Jamaica, say, by the end of January to early February, everybody will be connected back to the grid. To the grid. Not to a power station. So the grid, they're not fixed to the people. I want to know that the JPS grid is not fixed. In the areas where the hurricane hit the hardest. The JPS man come out and say, some people now get back until April, and it may go further than that. And I came here from day one and telling you this. I have visited the era on numerous occasions doing care packages. I see the damage for myself. There is no magic wand to get back electricity in some of these places. There's no magic could have work. Some of the road them broke with the road them have to go fix back. Pole can them have to cross from one end to another end for go plant post and run wire and all of them something there. We don't need for prove no point. We have a disaster. We take with time and build back. Listen me, some of we need for most of own no depend on light, no pay no light bill neither. So there is no rush for it. Take your time, make sure like the hospital and the main essential place then get back a little power, you know, for go on and can run generator run it and take with time out of it. We're not rich. We're not rich like that. So there's no point. That money they now could have helped put in somewhere else for help the country, you know. And bam after they lend JPS the money. JPS never hesitate. 7%. Bam. It's too much. I can't be too die-hearted as a JLP and I sit down and look into the truth. In the right. What is happening is not right. In a right to the people of the country. In a right. Just raise the GCT right across the board. And you're not making money back same way. You're going to put them on specific item and then you're going to say this $3 gone and extra upon that. And then you still have to pay the GCT towards it. Then what that makes sense to you? Just be straight, no man. You can't walk straight one idea. You can't just be true to it one of the day. Everything you do in the Jews, try to use a little psychology around it like everybody an idiot. And all of we are idiots, you know. Some of we can't read and we can't comprehend. There's something we just cannot, listen to me. There's something that we just can't work no magic on. And just tell the people, we can't work magic. It will take time, people. You know, we have been hit with this hurricane. And it will take time for some of you to get back light. Another life gone. As long as the hospital and the police station them are certain essential of life. The people then wait. We lend them with money. Them a tax upon the money. And we not get no benefit from the money. And we now have to go pay extra tax again to the government. It is too much. All at once after a devastating hurricane. That cannot be the right way to do it. I can see if we make one year, make the people there, make people say if they can get back on their foot. And then come the next budget. We implement some things. I just raise the GCT right across the board. But we kind of still want to make it look like, oh, we just have put it on certain item and we just have do this and it's just for a while. Which whenever your taxes, everybody ever withdraw back tax. I'm not stopping the madness now around the country here, man. I'm not stopping the foolishness around the country. Just run the country the right way and done. If we're honest to ourselves, we'd have been better off long time. None of the magic one now run here, so. Like Caribbean, we're a third world country. We not expect to be like America and Canada and all of that. We think we understand that. Me know say them good. Me know say they couldn't get back no light by way, man. And I rush it and take it to politics every minute and I keep press briefing. But look how much time we get hurricane. I never see them a kind of something. And what is it? No, because they don't take the money. And no, me not convinced that they get no money. Me not believe. Because we can't hear nothing. A secret.
The removal of the GCT exemption is approximately $1.3 billion and it will be effective the 1st of May 2026. Right, the concession remains but with modification. The next revenue measure is the increase in environmental protection levy rate.
The minister's time for speaking has expired. Minister, my apologies. Somebody's phone rang in here, sounding the bell, but the time on the clock has not expired. My apologies.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this Honourable House is asked to
You
note
can't get back in the light,
that
like
the
a bright
primary
star.
objective of the
The place mash up
Environmental
down there.
Protection Levy is to mitigate environmental degradation, promote sustainable resource utilization, and bolster climate resilience, particularly for Jamaica's vulnerable island ecosystems. It was first imposed on all goods imported, but later extended to the domestic market. At the ports, it is on the CIF of imported items.
There's a highway bonnet.
While domestically, it is imposed on the sales of locally manufactured goods, discounted by 25%. Madam Speaker, events of recent years have underscored the urgent need for enhanced environmental safeguards. This includes implementing stronger penalties to deter pollution. A series of severe natural disasters has further
Hi, Carol.
challenged Jamaica's fiscal stability.
I don't know, girl.
Hurricane Beryl in 2024, followed by the unprecedented Hurricane Melissa in 2025, which is identified as the costliest in the nation's history, causing estimated damage in excess of US $8.8 billion, approximately 41% of 2024 GDP. These events have imposed a significant financial burden, contributing to a projected decline in real GDP of 0.5% and 4.5% for the 2024-25
They should just
and
raise
2025-26
GCT right across the
fiscal
board.
periods, respectively. In an effort to finance enhancement of climate resilience, it is proposed to increase the environmental protection levy rate to 0.8% from 0.5% for both imports and domestic goods, and to expand the base on which the domestic levy is charged from 75% of sales to 100%. It is estimated that these adjustments will result in $3.639 billion in revenues effective May 1, 2026. The next revenue measure will increase the general consumption tax GCT rate on tourism activities
So
to the
tourism,
standard rate of
tax on
15%,
tourism.
up from 10%. The Honourable House is asked to note that over the years, the government of Jamaica has provided special tax treatment to the tourism industry to alleviate the tax burden and propel the industry to a level of maturity. This support
Them never
was
forget,
delivered
man. I just
through
saw enough of
targeted
tax.
tax credits, including the special tax credit, STC, and the special alcoholic beverages credit, SABC. These credits allowed eligible tourism entities to reduce their net tax liability based on prescribed formula, including credits linked to non-tourism revenue streams and to GCT paid on alcoholic beverages used in taxable activities. While effective in reducing the tax burden, these arrangements were administratively complex. In fiscal year 2005-2006, the credit-based system was repealed and replaced with a simplified regime under which the tourism industry was subject to 50% of the standard GCT rate, resulting in an effective rate of 8.25%. This rate was subsequently adjusted in fiscal year 2009-2010 to the current rate of 10%. Since that time, the industry has continued to mature and demonstrate sustained growth in arrivals, room stock, and earnings. In this regard, Madam Speaker, The Honourable House is asked to note that, considering the foregoing and government's revenue needs over the medium term, the GCT rate applicable to specified tourism activities is to be increased to 15%, effective April 1, 2027, because we know that the industry is recovering, and so it will be delayed until 1st of April 2027. The GCT rate on tourism activities is estimated to yield approximately $11.4 billion in additional revenues annually. Madam Speaker, there will be continuation of the annual transfer of $11.4 billion from the National Housing Trust to central government. Madam Speaker, the NHG Act was first amended in March 2013 to facilitate the transfer of $11.4 billion to the central government towards fiscal consolidation for the four-year period 2013-14 to 2016-17. Given the need for further consolidation on the government's economic reform program of the day, further amendments to the NHG Act were undertaken in August 2017 to facilitate continued transfers for the period 2017-18 to 2020-21. December 2020 to facilitate the continuation of annual transfers for the period 2021-22 to 2025-26. The National Housing Trust Amendment Special Provision Act 2020, the Act, provides for the National Housing Trust to provide a fiscal distribution for fiscal consolidation of $11.4 billion per annum for a period of 5 years, with effect from 2021-22 financial year. Section 3 of the Act provides that this Act shall continue in operation until March 31, 2026, and shall then expire. The expiration of the Act on March 31, 2026 will result in the discontinuation of the annual contribution by the NHC and a significant fall-off in government revenues. Given the impact of Hurricane Melissa on the island, continuation of these transfers across the medium term is necessary to support sustainability of the fiscal operations while reconstruction activities are underway. It is therefore proposed, Madam Speaker, that the annual transfer of $11.4 billion from the National Housing Trust to the central
good
government
question, that Lenora.
for another 5 years, from fiscal 2026-27 through fiscal year 2030-2031.
Well, that's what they're doing this year.
Madam Speaker, property taxes have remained at the same rate since fiscal year 2016-17. Property values have remained at the same value as they were then on the books of government. Our property taxes support our municipalities and the National Solid Waste Management Authority. The Prime Minister, to whom the National Land Agency reports, has approved the National Land Agency to begin a revaluation of the many parcels of land in Jamaica. This work will take about 12 months, and so that valuation will advise the new property tax rate for fiscal year 27-28.
Just so done, man.
To close, Madam Speaker, we know that we are in the wage negotiation cycle with our public sector workers. We take that quite seriously, coming on the heels of the major wage restructuring. Today, Madam Speaker, this government is indicating that despite the massive disruption of Melissa, totaling US $8.8 billion or 41% of our GDP, and the debt we must take on to rebuild, reconstruct, and build in resilience in our infrastructure as a government, despite all of that, Madam Speaker, we remain committed to the wage offer that this government has put forward to our public sector workers.
And that's enough of tap.
And this offer was
Everybody I felt build back a country.
AI スライドとチャットリサーチデザイン
forward prior to the devastation visited on us by the Category 5 Hurricane Melissa.
Good question. We don't know what going on. We not hear nothing. Nobody can ask no question because we not hear them their answer.
That we are able to do so following Melissa is a testimony to the years of fiscal discipline pre-Melissa and the many years to come of continued good fiscal management. Finally, Madam Speaker, last year in this Parliament, as a government, we gave
Them
a
not studying
commitment
a civics.
to the increase in the threshold to 1.9 million for fiscal year 2026-27. Madam Speaker, this government also remains committed to the increase in the threshold to 1.9 million. Come April 1, 2026. So, Madam Speaker, as I close, my message is a message of hope to all Jamaicans.
You hear that,
to say
though?
we will rebuild homes, churches, schools, businesses, lives, livelihoods, our telecom network, our electricity grid, hotels, roads, our produce farms, our vegetable crops, fishing villages, animal farms. Madam Speaker, much of that work is already underway. Today, we construct temporary containerized homes because we must move fast to put those in place. But tomorrow, we build permanent structures. Madam Speaker, in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, we gave food packages and hot meals to those who lost everything. Today, we're helping to restore homes and livelihoods and put persons in a position in which they'll be able to put one foot in front of the other and begin life anew. Today, Madam Speaker, we clear roads and replant electric poles that have been scattered by Hurricane Melissa. Tomorrow, we build highways that are climate resilient, promote efficient connectivity.
We can't do nothing for nature. We can't build for nature. We have to just always think
Madam
about
Speaker,
recovery.
this is a government that cares. That wakes up every day with focus and with energy to do the work, to build country, create opportunities, and ensure Jamaicans can live life to its fullest. Madam Speaker, let me close by saying,
What are you
God
close?
bless everyone. God bless Jamaica, the land we love.
Listen to Julian now.
Responding, the member from Southeast,
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
St. Andrew Southeast.
St. Andrew Southeast. And we are offering our preliminary comments, having just received this, and the opposition will more fulsomely
Thank you so much.
respond as we go along. I want to make a couple of comments. Before we get to Melissa, or even before we got to Beryl, it's important to remind the country that for the last 2 fiscal years, government's revenues have been struggling to meet government expenditures.
Tell them for
And
me.
the government has relied for the last 2 fiscal years on 2 one-off transactions which have allowed the government to fund the budget. In 2023-24, the sale of 12 years of future revenues from the Norman Manley International Airport yielded $75 billion, which financed the 23-24 budget. For the 24-25 budget, the sale of future revenues, 10 years of future revenues of Donaldson State Airport yielded $61 billion,
Wanna hear that? Wanna
which
hear?
allowed the government to finance the
All right.
24-25
Wanna
budget.
hear that though?
I am making this point, Madam Speaker, to indicate that without Beryl, without Melissa, the government would have had to find some other asset to sell
Yeah?
to meet the demands of
Yeah?
the budget.
Yeah? Take people feed that.
I want to go to some of the measures, again, preliminary to what the
Jada?
ministers propose. In relation to the special consumption tax
No, me, I'm
on
gonna hear the sounds,
non-alcoholic
that's why.
sweetened drinks, I know there is a public health imperative,
Hey, Fergie.
a very big one.
No,
But
and then I
will
know
say
so
to
we're
you,
sensible,
I
man.
do not believe the price increases will change behavior. Hold on. And hold on. And the persons who are the greatest consumers are young children who go to basic school, primary school. And we need to change the culture. But when you look at the demand for these goods and the level of the increases, I would posit that it's a relatively inelastic demand, meaning that I don't believe that you're going to have much behavior change. What I'm recommending, though, is that the 10 billion which you, and by your own measure, the fact that you anticipate to collect so much from this indicates that you don't really expect there to be a significant fall off in demand. But I would recommend
Exactly.
that some of the monies that are collected from it, are invested and provided to the local agriculture industry so that natural juices, unsweetened natural juices, can be provided as alternatives to the sweetened drinks. And that the monies, the 10 billion, are not solely just put in the overall consolidated fund, but that we enhance our ability to provide the substitutes for it. Secondly, in relation to the environmental
That's why I
protection
support
levy.
PMP. Me like intelligent
Again, my
people.
recommendation, the funds that we anticipate to collect from this goes into building greater resilience.
Exactly,
so that we can
Fergie.
absorb some of those shocks that
Drink
we naturally
water.
are going to have in the future. Right? And when you look at
Good idea, Friday.
you anticipate raising 3.6 billion from it. And we know that given the nature of climate change, we're likely to have future events that some of those resources be put to build
Trending in metal crafts. Alibaba.com, world-leading B2B e-commerce marketplace.
resilience, whether it be in infrastructure, river training, other things. Madam Speaker, I am also happy that the government finally has not just followed the recommendation of the Fiscal Commissioner, but abided with the FAA Act in ensuring that the revenue measures are tabled at the same time as the estimates of expenditure. I will close here, and as I indicated, these are our preliminary comments, and once we have an opportunity, the budget debate and others, we will expand on it. Thank you.
Minister.
Oh, Lord. Where's the Fergie? The country should boycott all those sugary drink. Just stick to water and call it a day. Don't buy liquor or beer. That is the problem now, Fergie. It'll go through one ears and come back through another ears, and them are people here. Them are people here love the sugar juice and them sitting them master. If they ever put on, that's why they put the tax on it, you know. If them did even say a 20% GCT gone on it, them a still get up in the morning, them a buy rum, them a buy bomb, and them a burn cigarettes same way. Nothing at all. Them know that's why them target that area. Them know the amount we sell. The part where me still not understand how them are got tax the where them say, like the internet thing. I don't understand that part then. I need some clarity and I need somebody to understand what she say. To help me with that. I don't understand the part then. Because I want to know how you got tax Netflix, or you got tax Facebook, or you got tax Instagram or YouTube. I want to know how the part they are going to work. Me just say the same thing. Then the tax KFC. One of the tax the chicken, the fried chicken, the problem too. If the sugary juice, a problem. The fried food, a problem too. Honestly, say them people are just crazy. They are just one bag of craziness. You know? Somebody just send me these things. So let me see the PDF. This file. I can't read off this tonight. I have to go look on it tomorrow. They're writing them too fine. So, but then put out a PDF file about ministry paper, revenue measures. Can look at it in a more detail. So, I'm going to open the phone lines now, and you can call in. If you're over TikTok, you can send me an invite. And you can tell me what you think on this whole issue of this new taxing and the item they choose to tax. Them not do a general thing, but the item that they chose is to tax. What is your take on the items? Oh, so you're saying TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon. So let me ask you now. Like me now, where I use TikTok and YouTube. How would that? Is it me I go pay tax or them I go charge YouTube or what? How the taxation they go? I need somebody to understand if you can't help me because I don't understand. How YouTube, Amazon, TikTok, Facebook, how will the tax impact them? How that I go work? I don't know. Somebody with a better idea will have to explain. I must tell you the truth, I just don't know. Right, so all the money is there must be a data tax. Oh, Granville and TikTok is saying it must be a data tax. So in order for them to operate in the country then, they would... Oh, you're saying give your moderator. Okay, all right. All right. Long time then after social media. So this is what I want to find out now. Because I tell you now, if them believe say in any form or mean, and then I see people to get crazy. See everybody keep quiet. Any day in the government you get out of in mad moral senses to interfere with the people them on social media where thousands of Jamaica make their little money offer and if you walk and beg, there's gonna be a revolution. There's gonna be a revolution. Oh, so it would be if I want to sign up, then I have to pay the money. Or will they charge us to you? Me need to understand now one. I really do need to understand how this thing gonna work. Something to right. Something to right with no one. So, me don't understand. First, you think I have an understanding of it? And can come explain to people make they understand from my card. I don't understand how the party I go. I don't know who sit down and come up with that the idea. So if they're gonna tax the database, right? and let's say YouTube not agree to pay it, how will it impact us? Good night, Fergie.
Good night, Auntie Jen. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Jamaica is going to, how this is going to play out in Jamaica. I only know from my perspective here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So the federal government don't tax digital transactions or
Mm-hmm.
anything digital.
Mm-hmm.
But each state, depending on which state you live in,
Mm-hmm.
may add additional taxes. So, for example, I subscribe to Netflix, right? So I pay a monthly fee to Netflix, so they get their monies, but I have a New York State digital tax of an additional $2 a month,
Oh.
right? Same thing with Amazon. So I am a subscriber to Amazon. I pay a yearly fee to Amazon for Amazon Prime, and I get an additional New York State tax for that. So I don't know how the Jamaican government, what they're thinking and how they're going to play it out. It's going to be, the devil will be in the details as to how they do this.
But wouldn't the company have to agree for this taxation?
Not really. It's not affecting their prices. They don't care.
Oh.
The company doesn't care. They're not taxing the company. They're taxing you, the user, the recipient of those goods and services. They're not taxing the company. So Netflix they don't care. I have to pay the New York State digital tax. Each state is different. Some states don't have that, but New York is one of the states that I know we have to pay taxes on certain.
So like even all the Starlink that we have now, we have to go pay a tax on it.
You might, because Starlink is not a Jamaican company. It's a foreign company. It's coming from Elon Musk's company, which is in the U.S. So yeah, Starlink, they would have to pay an additional tax on it. Whatever tax they're gonna charge. That's gonna affect a lot of people. That's gonna affect nearly everyone.
And the way in which them do the taxes, so hi, them add it to the product and you still have to pay the GCT.
Yep, you're right. You still have to pay the GCT. Yep, you're right.
So what? I am just sick of this now.
It's just their mismanagement of they're just mismanaging the budget. They have no idea, no clue, and yeah, that's all.
Over the years, when I run out about no tax, no tax, no tax. See, whole thing I crumble down pound now.
Right. They don't want to raise the income tax, and I get that. That's fine. But you're not putting on things that everyday people utilize. The digital one is going to be huge because everything is basically digital. Yeah. Digital tax affect even wire transfers because that's done digitally.
Yeah.
So that will also be taxed.
So like say my son send me some money to funding card to my card, I forgot to pay tax.
That's digital.
No,
that's
but we pay tax on it already, Hold on. Yeah, we pay tax on that already,
So they probably increase it.
Yeah, we pay. I go pull up one transaction and my son send. You can go and talk, let me find it.
No, anything digital, any sort of services that you're getting from outside the Jamaica, basically you're gonna pay tax on.
Mansa, good night.
Good night, Jenna, and good night, Fergie.
Oh, good night, Mansa.
Man, them wreck the country and the people them all see it now the third term. the country because the airport thing,
Yeah.
they used to get, I think the PMP finance minister guy, shadow finance minister, he spoke about it. They used to get money from the airport. Remind me what they call it, Jen. Some kind of
yeah. I'm just play it and you man just call it. You know?
Yeah, man, we hear it. I don't remember the name right now.
Yeah.
So the government usually get money from the airport, but this Labour right government sold it for 12 years, so you now get the revenue there again from the airport again. You see me? It not make the decision don't make no sense. Why would you sell that? And same thing with the backside. Jamaica usually have a backside levy. That's how Michael Manley in the 70s was able to, I forgot how much he used to get. I think it's what, 20 million or 200 million he got from it, Fergie?
Yeah, it's about that.
Backside levy.
Yep.
And Michael Manley used that money from the backside levy because first time the backside company just get the backside free, basically, because Bustamante never have no brain. And Bustamante basically give them everything free. So the backside company usually just come and scrape out the dirt and get it free. And Michael Manley bring in the backside levy. And I think he got like $200 million. He used that to introduce free education up to tertiary institution, up to UWI. The education was free. A lot of the politicians is still in the house today, you know. They got free education under Michael Manley, you know. I think even what's his name, Warmington, the Chief Justice, last year or the year before said it's because of Michael Manley free education he was able to go to university. And that's the money that he got from the backside levy. So this government scrap that. We no longer get money from the backside levy. They just make the backside company just scrape out the dirt out of Jamaica and gone. Free, everything just free. But I know they did it because they're getting a kickback under the table. That's why I don't see the reason why you would do that, because it's more revenue for your country. And the next thing, they're raising property tax. So if you pay rent, if you're a renter. Yes, you see now, they're going to raise the property tax on your landlord.
Yeah.
So your landlord are going to pass on that tax to you now. So they're going to raise the rent.
Raise the rent.
They're going to raise the rent. So it affects you. So people who are saying it not going to affect them, that's going to affect you because the landlord you have to make a money. So you put it on you, you put on that tax the way the government put on him on you now, so you raise the rent.
Raise the rent.
I see the labor them on the TikTok here. I say, yeah man, it's a good thing, man. You see me?
I see hypocrite them. They all hypocrite them.
Hypocrite them. First night history, I see people are cheer for taxes, for new taxes.
But them should not cheer when them say under the tower, the government now put no tax.
I hypocrite them, Jen, because I remember them always pressuring PJ when him put on, even when him raised the $1 upon the gas in 1997 or 98. The people them
they went nuts.
They almost burned down the Jamaica. They organized a riot. The gas riots in about 97, 98. They organized a gas riots. The labor right them almost burned down the country for $1 where the man put on the gas.
But you see money when put on gas, the PMP did implement something out of the gas money for you can fix up a road. What's his name again? Part of the tax money from the gas was for go towards
assess them they call it.
No, and assess myself remember. But and just stop it.
Them stop it because their mindset is like the Republican Party in America. They give the rich and ultra rich people them tax break.
Right.
And they pressure the poor people them tax them more.
Yeah, because when you're gonna put tax raise sweet juice. Now because you know say what if a sweet juice I sell?
And if people don't believe me, when Nigel was there, Nigel remove the importation tax for racing horse into the country. Remember?
Yes.
only rich people have money for buy a race horse and import it into the country. So it might help the rich people again removing the tax from them and deprive the country of taxes. You know, while they might increase taxes on the poorer class.
That's true.
That's why they pressure the tax them on them so much and I give them a 10 ticket one time.
Mm-hmm.
The JLP party is the Republican Party. It's the same model.
Yeah, same model, yep.
Just that me I said, Jim.
Boy.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard for you guys for the next couple of years. Because once they start to draw down on loans, right? To help rebuild the country, it's going to come with terms. I don't think people really realize that.
But remember we talked about it. Remember we talked about it the other day? Yeah, we know it's a tax enough to come with it.
So this is just the first part. The second part, once they start to draw down the loans, because they're going to start to draw down loans to try and help make up the budget, right? And that's going to come with public worker cuts, wage freezes. I don't think they will be able to increase that minimum wage to $32,000 a week. I don't know how that will happen, but so help them.
You know,
and they may have to get rid of the threshold.
So for that to happen, all that will
basically, you pay tax on every single dime that you earn. I wouldn't, Auntie Jen, mark my word, I wouldn't be surprised. Give it a year or so from now, when they're not meeting the budget, they get rid of the thresholds and say, okay, everyone just has to pay tax on everything they earn, regardless, no exemption. Unless they, you see, if they get revenue from these new taxes and they put it in place to help generate, meaningful revenue for the country, probably things will be okay, but you need ideas, you need smart, creative, not just smart, but creative thinkers at that table. And honestly, listening to that finance minister, Lord help you guys.
She said, Julian have to come back and tell her, say, nobody talk about Melissa, because they want to have to find every year the budget shot.
Yeah, and they're drawing down from NHT, and they're not even building any houses.
Julian spoke about the same thing from the airports.
Yeah, the airport.
Why would you sell that away for 12 years? Where are you going to get other revenues? Because you were using that revenue to help fund the budget. And you sold the money you're getting from the airport for 12 years. You sold it away. So 12 years, you're without that money to help with the budget. You would still have to sell another asset. And Julian said it.
Yeah,
you would still have to sell another asset.
But they said they use down Montego Bay Airport too. So people never, the people don't understand what's going on in our country, the nonsense people that don't understand one thing what happened. Good night, Peggy.
Right,
no, I was just gonna add that, you see, that is why they keep the country in the dark, in terms of not educating the people, right? It's the average Jamaican is living day to day. If they have a job, they go to work, they come home, they try and pay their bills, and that's all they do, not paying attention to what's really, really happening in the country.
They're not paying attention.
They're not paying any attention. And this is where you get a country and a society that is very apathetic to what's going on, right? They're like, whatever, it is what it is. And then they blame the government. Then they don't go and vote because everyone is the same. They don't listen to the other side. They don't listen to the other option. It would be different if Jamaica only had one party, but it doesn't. It has two political parties, right? And they're vastly different. The PNP is not the JLP. And the JLP, obviously, we all know, they're not the PNP.
True.
You have two clear visions of what each side wants to do.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you're not going to get rich. So every average Jamaican out there thinking they're going to get rich, you are not getting rich. You're not. Those rich people, that top 1% in that country, is not going to make you get rich. It's not happening. You need capital to make capital. And you do not have capital. Only that 1%, they have the capital.
True. Why?
It's bad. Remember we spoke about it last
We
year.
talk about, remember we talk about it, you saw everything are fulfilled. Everything where we talk about are fulfilled.
Yep.
So we wanted over them.
Talk about it. I remember I said wait till next year when I go see.
Yeah.
Is it make
I see it. Cause we know.
I thought they would at least wait until middle of the year. I didn't think they would come out with it this quickly.
I see them just put out the government expected to borrow approximately 250 billion in the upcoming fiscal year.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
So those public sector workers, good luck. You are not getting a dime.
But honestly,
the JCF, JDF,
everybody gonna have to put them something on hold right now, because if them love a country, everybody have to go make a sacrifice, else we're gonna plunge in a darkness. So nobody can bother about them. I go ask for no raise right now.
But Auntie Jen, you know the cost of goods are gonna go up.
Yeah,
so,
but no.
So as Matza said, as you and Matza said correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna raise the real property tax, so that's gonna be passed on to the renters, right? Your food tax, your food stuff is gonna go up, although it's sugary drinks, but sugar is nearly in everything. Okay?
Yeah.
Probably just stick to water or just stick to vegetables, local vegetables. That's it, and call it a day. But everything else is going to be affected. The digital part is what is really going to be affected, because nearly everything is done digitally, especially when you guys are dealing with foreign. Right? You're not, if I'm putting money in my account in Jamaica, I'm sending it through, it's digitally. I am not physically taking cash and flying down to Jamaica and depositing in the bank. I am not doing that. I transfer. I do wire transfers between the accounts. So guess what? I won't be doing that any longer.
Yes. So I'm asking about this loan where they say them are going to borrow. Is it in the same money where they going to borrow or a different loan?
It depends, because they can draw down from 3 different entities. I believe you have the World Bank they could draw down on. Mm-hmm. They can draw down from the IMF, and they could draw down, there's a third world sort of bank that they could draw down on. Each bank or entity, I should say, it depends on what you're doing with it. So I think like the World Bank is like if you're doing infrastructure kind of work. I think like the IMF is more social. And there's another bank, I forgot what that one is specific for. So it depends on which bank they're going to be drawing the monies down from.
Yeah, I'm going to play
but
1 minute.
Again,
go ahead, finish.
No, I was just going to say, but again, these are loans. loans come with terms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not terms for the borrower, it's terms for the lender.
Mm. Never play one little clip from this. I'm gonna hear where people them
We'll have to reconsider how Finance Minister Favour Williams has signaled that new taxes are on the way, part of what the government says is a necessary step to close the fiscal gap left by Hurricane Melissa. But how are Jamaicans feeling about these taxes? New tax coming that will affect us big time, especially the person who have kids going to school and getting a lower paid income. It's going to really affect them a lot.
Like the sweetened beverage cigarette didn't affect me. I mean, those are things that kill people, so we might have a healthier Jamaica.
The tax on soda, I think that is appropriate because I really believe soda is unhealthy. The more it costs, the less we will drink it.
It's going to be the same. Anybody around the country has the same problem.
We have taxes on liquor already. So raising it is just going to, in a sense, upset people. It's going to make people have to reconsider how they're selling their products and all that kind of stuff.
So I really don't think it will affect me that much because as it relates to like sugary stuff and alcohol, I don't drink alcohol.
I think everybody pay attention to the soda.
Cigarettes. I think for cigarettes it would affect a lot of people though because a lot of people kind of smoke and stuff like that. But I think it would benefit us in the long run. So I would be okay with them taxing those type of things.
Well, you don't have to drink soda. So
this is soda everybody pay attention to.
Right. And that's not the legislation. It's not soda.
Maybe it's positive. I'm on the fence about it because there can be a trickle-down effect in terms of reducing how much we consume in sugary drinks, alcohol, cigarettes, things that are known to not be so healthy for us. Well, on the other hand, I feel like persons will be enraged because these are the things that we indulge in as Jamaicans.
It wouldn't affect me, but that's crazy though for other persons who smoke.
However, I do feel like if the persons that are at the heights of society that actually sell these things on a larger spectrum, in turn, they are going to also increase the taxes and the prices that are levied on the persons in the lower parts of society. So like the regular Joe, he is going to have to now pay for his cigarettes. And in turn, I feel like this can have negative effects.
What do you think about that?
Of course, it's going to have a negative effect. And you see the education again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, these people are soda. It's not just soda. It's sugary drink.
Sugary drink.
Right?
I think that's the point the people never miss.
So you see your syrups that you like to get, not happening. Okay?
But even the true juice,
I don't know how
you see them true juice, they have in sugar too.
So those will be taxed.
Mm-hmm.
People are just not paying attention. They think soda.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever said soda, it's not just soda. If they wanted it to be soda, they should have been clear and said it's only sodas. That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's a sugary drink. Almost everything in a grocery store having sugar.
Okay, Angie.
All of the juice them in there have sugar here.
Okay.
Except water.
So even your orange juice.
Even the orange juice.
Even your if you go
the concentrated.
If you go buy orange juice.
The concentrated.
And one that has sugar.
They add sugar.
Yep. That has sugar. So you see, they're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just don't know. They just hear something in one part and they're not paying attention to the other details. That's what is happening.
That's what is happening. Everybody check out the juice. But nobody now look on the property tax. Nobody now paying attention to the importation of vehicle. Nobody now paying attention to the social media platform them. Nobody, you notice that? Everybody talk about the sugary drinks. So they not even know. Not one of them highlight anything out of the sodas.
Nope.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know, brother. For people them I don't know if I back of the line with there or what, but
No, what it is, Auntie Jane, you have a government. Unfortunately, they just don't care. They don't care about the people. They don't care about their well-being. If you cared about the people, you would up the education of that country, right? If you cared about the people, you would ensure that your healthcare facilities are fully operational at all times with all equipments working.
one of the things when plunge the country in this too, you know, they spend out in an election to, you know, spend a lot of money we should have put on.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah. Because them did do it with the
And they probably
intention.
spend it from the national budget.
Yeah,
They
do
probably
it.
use the national budget.
They spend it with the intention, so if they lose, when the other side going, they not know what they did it.
Yep. And then unfortunately got hit with a Cat 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And the money we then get off of the cat ban.
That was surprising.
No, and the money we then get off of the cat ban, not spending of the country, JPS get it. Hey, every time I think about that something they say, man. Sure. Every time I talk about that, it hurt me.
Have they decreased the bill? Because I thought the 7% was only for 1 month.
Yeah, my own last before they raise it, I get a bill here for 19,000. Now this month, the last bill now, we just pay since week 25,000 plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but they were supposed to have decreased. It was only for 1 month, right?
No.
Oh, so the 7% is just going on, period.
The increase by 7%, that's for 1 month. That what you think? No, the increase.
I thought that's what they said. It was only for 1 month.
No. The tax they raise a drawback in Jamaica. And I make them fool. They don't go say them something they like, or you say flavor like go on and that, but it's just for a short period. Nothing no go so. Then just lie.
Listen, once you put taxes on, right, and if people are still buying and people are still going about their lives, they keep the tax on forever. People just get accustomed to it.
Yeah, man, it will stay there forever. So another thing I want to look at, the head of the FID should really make we the Jamaican people know what is the result of the investigation into the Prime Minister's referral from the Integrity Commission. Why can't we hear?
But didn't he recuse himself for that investigation? I could have sworn he said he took himself out of that. He's not dealing with that.
Yeah, but the report look like you're ready and we're not here we're going. So I don't know.
When is the next court case? When is the next court hearing for the PM and the Integrity Commission?
I don't remember. I think the judge did put it off till the FID reply, you know. But FID now release is something.
Well, I could see why they won't release it, right? Because, I mean, he is a PM. So they probably have to make sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, they would probably have to release it to the attorneys and the judge before they make it public. I don't think that's going to be public until the hearing happens. That's my opinion.
Yeah, one of the
because you don't want it where if there's something that is, not good for the PM and you release it publicly, that it affects public opinion. So, and since there is a court case going on with it, I think Antigen, they probably wouldn't make that public, honestly.
But why not?
Nature of the situation is the PM. It's not just a regular MP. He's the PM, right?
Him never did a thing say my
Everything
PM.
is political. I always said this. Yeah, but they wouldn't. They probably. I would not expect that report to be public until there's a court hearing, because if anything, he's probably going to fight it to not become public until whatever court case is settled. He's going to fight that.
Yeah. The election is the one in April. Buchanan not backing down. April or 19th and a month in Buchanan case I go back to court. The election one is in April. Bright Liquor Star say I think me hear say Buchanan on the 19th of February.
Privy Council one?
No 19 man. I think me see them say the 19th of February to go back to court. What we not understand is the one where we go. I think one of the court where we go and the judge put it indefinite till some other something happen. I don't remember the court case there now. The judge never give a date because one another court case have a deal with first something sir. I not even know. Andrew, not so much mix up. I not even know if I say. And you know what I say? Regardless of everything, regardless of everything, the labor right them a turn up and back him, all when he wrong, And you know what I like with the PMP? Everything will come out come chat in a public. Because Mansa last night made it a talk about Damian Crawford. But saying really say something. Him never say it a particular way. But you see when I send some time to, And I think that's one of the weakness of the PMP and we need to stop. I'm going to play this when get to Observer.
Yeah, man, no, I'm never pressure. Volunteer because we wanted efficiency and the committee. I was not in agreement with the way that the committee was being organized, and I thought that it would have led to high levels of inefficiency if that disagreement continued. So it was a volunteer for the benefit of the party and for the benefit of the committee. No dispute, because we don't necessarily say eye to eye on one thing, don't mean that there's a dispute. Myself and Comrade Bunting worked very well in the Senate at a different level. So it's just that this particular committee, we felt that there was a level of inefficiency because we were at odds of how we thought it should have been managed. But there's no dispute. I'm still the spokesperson on education, and I still have a voice that is able to speak on any particular issue. As I said, we wanted to ensure efficiency on the thing, and I've indicated that in pursuit of ambition, all persons, especially those of lower income and those who came from the grassroots, must ensure that they don't allow themselves to be trampled on in pursuit of ambition. And I thought that some of the ways that I was being dealt with was not up to my own standard. I will do nothing to hurt the party for which I am a member of and for which I hope one day to lead. I've never been coy about my hope to one day be the chief decision maker. This is not a birthday party for friendship. It's a party about ideological congruence. What I do know is that I have strong support within the party because I've made much sacrifices on behalf of the party. East Portland, not the least of it. So I have been a worker for the party. I remain committed to the party, and I think the party have seen my effort. And in time, I think they will reward my effort if it is necessary. The new rules of the party is that there's no election until 2 years. And the last one was 2025, and so the next one is 2027. It would be foolish of anyone to create any destabilization for 2 years. So we will see what happens at that particular point in time. However, as I said, I've never been apologetic of my desire to one day be leader.
Alright, so people are running around and say, oh, I'm going to take down Mark. Him never say I'm going to take down Mark. The man is giving him explanation. The man has said, look here. Me not tear down the party when me have a ambition to lead one day and become the chief decision maker of the country. That means could become prime minister. I the man desire when you have, you know. I the man desire. That no mean say him a go take down Mark. And I say, boy, you know see labor right them with the brother.
But Auntie Jen, when I heard it the other day, I said, okay, you know,
One thing, Mr.
these
Man, the
guys
PNP
are
will learn
too
to keep
much.
silent sometime. Like all that the kind of conversation now. Even though Damian have that the intention, sometimes you have to just chill. And at the right time to say the argument.
Right, but you know, everyone was running with, and I think it was nationwide, was running with,
Yeah, but
oh,
what may I say, it's
Damien
still not about to
and the
bring up about
PNP are.
that. It knows so that I got put something in the people their head. Or me don't know if I don't know what going. Me not like that.
But
Me know so one day,
you know, the
alright. Me
timing
will
of it,
support me I
right?
support him. If he even become the leader, may I support him. But what may I say? Anybody become a leader, may I support them. Me hear some of them on the apps about me not support this, me not support that. Me not say that. Me personally,
But Auntie Jen, anyone ever thought about when this took place, right? Because the same time was when the KSAMC elected a PMP as the deputy because the JLP councillors were in disarray. That was a surgical move by the mayor, okay, and the PMP councillors. I think it happened around the same time when Damian said, oh, he's not going to go back on the PAAC, right?
Yeah.
So that's a distraction. But what happened with the KSAMC, they didn't see that coming at all. Because the bloggers, they're bloggers, and everyone was so hell-bent, Damian Crawford. But I also think that for Damian, he has to have a stronger, much more vocal voice in the parliament. And that might be something that they may have discussed with him to say, hey, maybe the PAC is not where, because no one is paying attention to that. People pay more attention to what's happening in the parliament. And let's face facts. The main talkers in the parliament.
Yeah, can me personally not even watch.
Beside the opposition leader.
Me not watch PSCC meeting so easily and I'm more than when me see one little headline about it, but me will watch Parliament. So that is true.
Right. And so you have Nikisha, she will speak up in Parliament. You have Omar Newell, you will have Julian. You have the main culprits, Julian, Angela, Comrade Leader, Paul Well. Those are the four main culprits, right? And you'll have Dr. Dayton Campbell, even Dr. Dawes, Nikisha. But Damian is not so vocal. But I noticed this past week he was a little bit more vocal in Parliament. And it's they probably told him, listen, you need to be more vocal in Parliament. Like the issues you want to discuss is more in the Parliament. Because the PAAC, they just bring on particular things. It's not this wide range of issues. So it's stifling him. He might feel stifled that he cannot speak on this. But no, they're not speaking on this.
No, him claims
they're speaking on this particular issue.
I told what I understand him, I said Bunting now give him a chance of finishing question and answering question, and he feel like him not being respected and so. But it depends on another clip. Let me see if I find it and play.
Yeah, but I don't think Damian has ever been when he's been in government, when he's been in the Parliament, he's never been in the opposition. Bunting has been both in the government and the opposition. So Bunting is well versed in how things should operate. Even when he was a senator, Damian, I don't think he was on the PAC. It's very particular. Like they're not discussing every issue of the country. They bring up a particular issue and they're to stick to that. So Bunting is going to stick to that issue. If you're going to bring up education and we're talking about JPS, no. Let's stick to what the issue is here.
All right, listen.
So I could get where Bunting is coming from.
All right, listen where I say yes or no.
There, you have been viral in the media, in social media. There are a lot of things being said, particularly about your removal from the PAAC. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there's something that all adults must be concerned about, especially those who are from humble beginnings. In the pursuit of your ambition, never allow yourself to be disrespected. And therefore, I felt that there was no synergy happening on the committee, and I also felt that there were times of disrespect.
Oh. Sorry, make a scene.
And I wasn't willing to acquiesce to that and to take it. Myself and the others worked well together. However, in this particular situation, I felt that we were getting the maximum outcomes from that committee and what was being managed. So that is all that happened with that.
So did you seek any form of intervention before removing yourself?
We expressed concern. However, as I said, we wanted to ensure that the committee operated in the best way for the people's practice. And I've been offering myself to teaching the people, representing the people, informing the people on the platform, in the party, in the parliament, and generally in the politics. And I will continue to do that. However, at the end of the day, we just want the greatest efficiency, and that was not going to be achieved.
Just want to make it clear for those that got a call this morning to ask if Damian Crawford is now a member of the Jamaican Labour Party.
Never. First of all, and I've had that call as well. And then equally, I never do anything to damage the party that I hope to leave one day. So that none of that is happening. The tie that I wore was just a part of my ensemble. Previous Jamaican scholar anyway. We were discussing a very important matter about casinos. And it was unintentional. I don't have a color problem, to tell the truth. So people know where I'm at. I wear any color that I want to wear on a particular day, outside of elections, of course. But I'm 100% committed to the People's National Party.
Okay, you heard it. It's still a comment.
All right, so you hear that, Fergie?
Yeah.
What you make of it?
He probably thought the PAC is going to be this place where you could, potentially lambast the government and these technocrats. But it's only if it's certain issues, it's not wide-ranging. So I think his best thing is probably he can come in if they're going to talk education, that issue, and bring in the minister. Yeah, bring him in. Let him go at her, right? But I think his best service would be more vocal in the parliament. That's where you get more traction in that parliament.
But then him not have the same thing for do both in the parliament.
The speaker. Say that again, Auntie Jan.
But he might still member of parliament and can speak in a parliament and speak at the PAAC.
Yeah, he can still speak at the PAAC. He can still go there. But if it's a topic that if he doesn't have that much expertise in, then he can just skip the PAAC. Right? If it's education, yeah, by all means, go in. If it's social, yeah, go in. He can still go, and he can still question.
What do you think, Mansa?
But you see, I watched the PAAC. I think Mansa left.
Gone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I think what Damian needs to do, come with this with this parliament, hey, be more vocal. Go, yeah, make your voice be heard. I haven't heard him that much in parliament. I mean, he'll ask one or two questions, but he's not.
Yeah, him not really depend on, yeah. Bright Liquor Stars, Bunting is saying he should give someone else some time to ask the question and I think get back over. Yeah, I think back over.
Right, and you see Bunting, he's a statesman. Bunting is a statesman. Bunting is not your speaker of the parliament, right? He's not that type of guy. So everyone should have a chance to ask a question, and he's given everyone a chance. He's a statesman. Bunting has been there for a long time. He knows how to do this. Bunting has been in the opposition. He's been in the government.
Yeah.
He knows how it works. And and Bunting strikes me, he's not going to change his ways or himself to appease. Like, yes, the PNP chairs that committee, but that doesn't mean that you can now try and lambaste everyone in there because your chair is the PNP. Bunting is a statesman. He's a statesman. That's how the speaker should be. They should be like a Bunting.
Yeah, true.
But the speakers you have, all they keep doing is bringing up that stupid blue book. That's all they talk about is the blue book and the rules.
Because they want to muzzle them fan talk.
But even when they speak, I listen to them, and they're not speaking with any sort of intelligence. Have you ever listened to the British Parliament?
Sometime, one long time.
When you get a chance, go on YouTube. And listen to them even to this day. Listen to the Canadian Parliament. The best parliament to listen to is the South African Parliament. They have debates back and forth. And it's not personal. They even make jokes. It's the funniest thing. You end up laughing. Because the way how they say certain things when they're making a point or trying to debate your point, it's actually funny. When you listen to it, you just start to crack up. Right? There's no well, the rule is, and the standing rule is, that's not the question. You have to ask a question. Please get to your question. They don't do that, Auntie Jan.
Yeah.
They do not. So that parliament is quite juvenile. Because all they talk about, rule, blah, 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 in the book says the standard, and then they'll go on a tangent to talk about that rule in that stupid blue book. There's no debate. No one's having that intelligent debate back and forth. It's doing a disservice to the country.
Yeah.
They need to redo that blue book. Okay?
Yeah, I need
I listened to it. I said, this is so juvenile.
Yeah, I need to modernize.
Like high school debate.
Yeah.
They're not modernized.
You need to modernize.
They're just not modernized. And I don't know if they just don't have that intelligence. Probably don't, to be honest with you. They probably do not. But I listen to the UK's parliament. It's the most hysterical thing. It is hysterical when you listen to it.
Yeah.
There's no this rule, that rule. The only time the speaker sort of gets in it is if you're being rude. If you're saying something rude, the speaker will stop you. Will say, okay, enough. But the speaker let them go back and forth. And they don't want that back and forth.
True.
You say your statement, opposition can ask a question, and then you go back to the statement, and then this one can ask a question, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Stand in order, that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
That's juvenile.
Yeah.
That's like high school. Come on.
Oh, Lord. Well, tomorrow, Valentine. I think I want to put on a show tomorrow evening, you know. But only because you can't sing certain songs.
All right.
But love. So you go out for Valentine's? In Fergie?
All right. So funny enough, tomorrow is my birthday. So
happy birthday, Fergie.
Thank you. So tomorrow I'm bringing my car in for inspection, and then I'm going for lunch while they inspect it, and I'm going to do errands, and I will come home and have a relaxing Valentine's birthday at my home. I never go out on my birthday, obviously, because here in New York, and I shouldn't even say New York, it's America in general. Valentine's Day, the restaurants are ridiculously expensive. And then you get like a special menu. It's a special menu that they charge you like $200 a person for like these dishes that you probably wouldn't get from the restaurant. I never go out on my birthday. I go out, like my friends celebrated last weekend with me. I have another friend next week and we're celebrating, and then the weekend after I have another set of friends I'm celebrating with. So they all know, like.
But before we go though.
He's not going out on his birthday.
Bright Little Star writes something and asked me, are you aware that it was Tufton who signed contract for the PMP member to get the dialysis machine? The man has paperwork to show Nationwide will get a lawsuit. Bright Little Star, I never see this on news.
Whoa, that's huge.
Me not see it today.
Whoa.
Me not see the news then, a Bright Little Star. Me have to go search for that, the news. Which part you find the news, Bright Little Star? Although me know and everything maybe the part like that.
So Tufton signed it?
Bright Little Star, you sure? But somebody have to sign it.
Wow, that's huge.
But somebody have to sign it still in a Fergie.
Right, that's what. Right, didn't I tell you? Didn't I say that before when they were talking about Dennis Gordon and he got these machines? I said the man didn't get it for free. I'm like, if Yui brought it in on the tax exempt and turned around and sold it to him, sure, it's capitalism. I'm gonna buy it from you directly. That's good business. For the labor rights, that's good business. If you don't know good business, that is good business. Versus me going directly out there and I have to pay import tax and all these taxes for it to come in. Yui got them in and they want to sell it to me. Less these taxes, great. I'll buy it from you. That's business. That is America. That is capitalism. He didn't get it for free.
Drew Fall, good night.
He can't get the tax exempt status. He can't get the tax exempt status of Yui. So when they were talking this, I'm like, okay, so what? Even if his company got it, so what? What? Did they give it to him for free? And if they did, that still wouldn't be his issue. That's Yui's. That's not his issue. The man is running a business. He's a businessman. I would do the same thing.
Anybody would do it.
Any person with reasonable stats, right? You, Auntie Jen, get this in at a cheaper cost because you didn't have to pay all these taxes, and you turn to me and say, Ferdy, I'm going to sell this to you for this price. And I know if I price it on my own to get it, it would cost X amount. I would say, Auntie Jen, you got me. I'm going to buy it from you. Thank you. Anyone with reasonable sense.
Oh, wait a second. Dre Bryan, bossy out. I forgot to look for it, Pantry.
They're making it.
Sorry, Fergie. Go. Continue.
Wow. That would be. No. I'm done. I'm just looking at the comments. That's huge.
I go and find that out, and tomorrow night, panel, or tomorrow, we talk about it. But we go and find out. Me go check Dre.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look up Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's huge.
And Andre, this man, I want to
That
know.
is huge.
Andre Brian, this.
Oh, it's another on. Oh, okay. It's another.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the pan TikTok, man. In the pan
Okay.
TikTok.
All right.
Well, Fergie, again, thank you for stopping in and enjoy your birthday. Everybody on a dream. Happy birthday to Fergie tomorrow when it come. I hope you live for so many more. Oh, in call Andrea program.
Thank you.
Me
And
go
happy
find out.
Valentine's Day to you and everyone.
Me now have a soul for go happy now Valentine with Fergie. Me no know where you gonna tell me. Me no know where you tell me.
You can Valentine with yourself.
But happy. Somebody can just happy with themselves. Eh?
Yeah, you should be. You're supposed to be happy with yourself.
Oh. Well, you know, saying that the way me talk though.
You're supposed to. Right.
So Nadia tell you happy birthday. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Darty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good night, Auntie Jen. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, man, you too. Enjoy. Good night, right. TikTok. Love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for staying on. Catch you next time. Bye. So me tell myself, I stay until the program done. Good night over YouTube. Big up on yourself. Good night. Have on yourself a happy Valentine, and tomorrow we gonna make it nice. Yeah. For all of you, have yourself a happy good night. Catch you later. Bye.